I really consider weight management to be under the umbrella of mental wellness for a variety of reasons. Wherever you're starting from, you can get better. I think that is something we should always strive for. If we think about GBX Fit as the product that helps you take it off, GBX Burn can be thought of as the product that helps you keep it off because it works in very, very different ways. The biochemistry of gaining weight and losing weight and the biochemistry of feeling good or not feeling good are actually linked through many biological signals. These signals that are coming from the gut and going to the brain involved in mental wellness, there are other signals that are coming from the gut going to the brain that are involved in metabolism. All these signals get messed up because of our stressful lives, because of the food that we eat. It changes your neurotransmitters, it changes your signaling hormones, and it makes you more likely to eat more of the standard American diet, which means more processed food, more fast food, more garbage. In a sense, they have static in their system, and that's causing them to be stuck. So we thought we could probably tweak those signals to help people with appetite, to help them with stress cravings, to help them with blood sugar control, to help them with the integrity of their gut so that their gut performs better. And that's where GBX Fit came from. For decades, weight loss has always been considered to be a math equation. Calories in, calories out. But what GBX Fit does is it changes the conversation away from this being a math problem to really being one more of a signaling problem, especially if you can lower cortisol and lower inflammation. And if we can increase dopamine, people can feel good while they're on a diet and exercise regimen. So we started looking at specific strains of probiotics. That DR7 strain we know lowers cortisol, lowers inflammation, increases dopamine. So right there we know it's going to help you feel better. That gets the body in a state where it's more likely to release fat. These are fibers that your bacteria will use as a fuel source. The specific prebiotic fiber called acacia fiber. It comes from this beautiful African tree. The sap can be scraped off the tree and ground down, and it gets your microbiome to have the energy and start making the signaling molecules that we want to help you feel good and help you lose your weight. The women who harvest this in the off-season, so typically they're harvesting their crops during the growing season, but during the winter months, there's no crops growing. They have no economy, and we buy it from them at a fair trade price in a completely carbon neutral way. Now this is an entire new economy for those African villages. If you were to peel an orange, the white stuff on the inside of the peel, that's where this is extracted from. All around the Mediterranean, you can find this very specific orange. It's extremely high in these PMFs, these polymethoxylated flavones, which are very, very potent antioxidants, but they can also lower cortisol. They can also help your microbiome, once we nourish it, to stay there healthy and vibrant and active. The reason that we refer to BPL-1 as a postbiotic is because technically it's dead. It's been heat killed. And we do that because live BPL-1 doesn't have a very long shelf life. And so we know that it's effective as a probiotic, but a series of studies have shown that it's also effective as a postbiotic, as a heat-killed bacteria. And people will sometimes look at that and go, how in the world can a dead bacteria be effective? Well, what it's doing is the bacterial cell wall that we're still giving in that dead bacteria is sending a signal to the rest of your microbiome to create these signals that go to your fat cells to say release. We get the same biological activity, and we get the benefit of having a very long shelf life that we don't have to worry about now. By changing the signals across the gut-brain axis with natural ingredients in GBX Fit, we help people feel better in all these ways. And because they feel better, they're more able to stay on their plans, and because of that, they're having weight loss success. No one's ever done an approach that harnesses the power of the microbiome to help people lose weight and feel good at the same time. That's never been done before. And it's probably one of the reasons that GBX Fit was a finalist for Probiotic of the Year last year. If we think about GBX Fit as the product that helps you take it off, GBX Burn can be thought of as the product that helps you keep it off because these are fat storage signals versus fat release signals. GBX Burn is actually a thermogenic. This is one of the reasons that we recommend that GBX Burn be taken with food, because it increases your body's ability to burn off those calories as heat, thermogenesis, generation of heat, before you store them as fat. Grains of Paradise is a traditional African digestive, meaning after a meal, You would take this spice, sometimes you sprinkle it on foods, and what it does is it helps you digest better. What it's also doing is helping your body to burn those calories in the meal that you just ate, so you're less likely to store them. A related plant called glomerata also does that. It's been used for thousands of years, but they didn't really understand that what it was doing was increasing thermogenesis, specifically something called the thermic effect of food. And these spices can improve that effect. They're used in different parts of Africa, but the research around them has shown that by consuming them with your meals, you can feel that heat, but the end result of that is that you're less likely to store that weight as fat. Carrot pomace. That fiber is really high in a very unique prebiotic fiber called RG1. RG1 has been studied to help with gut integrity. It's been studied to show that it can lower inflammation, it can lower cortisol, it can change appetite hormones. So it's a really, really good way to get the signals coming from the gut, going to the rest of the body, to be in the right direction. And you're not in a storage state, so to speak. Branched chain amino acids will encourage your muscles to be better metabolic engines. So your muscles are really where we burn most of our calories. These specific amino acids, leucine, valine, isoleucine, collectively called the branched chain amino acids, BCAAs, will stimulate your muscles to burn more calories. So burn is called burn for a reason. We're using ingredients to help your body burn more calories so you can keep the weight from being stored in the first place. One of the big problems with people losing weight is that it's really easy to gain back. You're very likely, when you lose the weight, to lose muscle and bone. When you cycle back up and you gain the weight, you're most likely to gain only fat. So you go through a few cycles, you can do the math, you're always losing muscle and bone, you're always gaining fat. Losing muscle and bone as we age are two of the hallmarks of unsuccessful aging, what we call frailty. And so you absolutely do not want to go that direction. Using both of these products together, GBX Fit to help you take the weight off, GBX Burn to help you keep the weight off, is going to short circuit that weight cycling. It's going to take you off the roller coaster so that you lose the weight in a healthy way, so you're maintaining your muscle mass, you're maintaining your bone mass, you're only losing fat. That's an improvement in your body composition, and if you can maintain that over time without going into the next cycle and the next cycle, the combination of GBX Fit and GBX Burn is going to revolutionize the industry. So what we're trying to do is change the entire vibe around weight loss and take it away from being deprivation and negative and make it a positive message where people can feel good and thrive and improve their performance while they're changing their body composition.